I like that song. I like all those songs. Why, look, girls! Babes, technically. Kate, Haight, Lorraine, Gervais. The green room singers, you know, you show up at the Center for the Arts, and they're very likely to be back there in the green room. And
we was just hanging out. We were just hanging out, doing nothing.
They're quick studies too, you know. If they're hanging out back there, and they go, "Hey, want to sing?" Next thing you know, hey, you got parts, and here we go.
Pick us, Peter. Pick us. Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson. Wow.
Okay.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Those are fighting words.
Got an audience participation thing going on here. This is a clarinet. What's the name of this song?
Little Pieces. Check. Hey,
well, this is a song I wrote
Mikhail?
after seeing a T-shirt, and on the T-shirt it had a picture of the Milky Way galaxy and had a tiny arrow pointing to one of the tiny dots on the T-shirt, and it said, "You are here." I thought that's good perspective, and so this is about that, among other things. Mikhail, Tom's mic's not on.
Hello, there we are.
Mikhail Graham, another big round of applause. Total control. He has total control.
Wait till the show's over, Peter, then you can back me up.
Nights and the days and the dawn and dusk between the two, moon and the stars, the rising tide, the morning dew, the rocks and the trees, the breeze that blows between the two. These things will carry on without us. The ice and the snow will melt beneath the morning sun and wash to the sea, evaporate before the day is done. They have not a care for the falling fire, the firing gun. These things will carry on without us. Like the insects, like the plague, like driftwood, like the clay. We're standing here today and dust tomorrow. Like the atoms in a stone, like bubbles in the foam. Little pieces not alone, but all related. Air and the void and the gamma and the X-rays, black holes, nebulas, infrared and ultraviolet rays, the high and the low, the long and the short waves. These things will carry on without us. Like the insects, like the plague, like driftwood, like the clay. We're standing here today and dust tomorrow. Like the atoms in a stone, like bubbles in the foam. Little pieces not alone, but all related. The nights and the days and the dawn and dusk between the two, the moon and the stars, the rising tide, the morning dew, the rocks and the trees, the breeze that blows between the two. These things will carry on without us. These things will carry on. These things will carry on. These things will carry on without us. Carry on. These things will carry on. These things will carry on without us. carry on. These things will carry on without us. These things will carry on. Carry on. Carry on without. Oh, these things will carry on. Oh, these things will carry on.
Peter Wilson.
Hey. I think Mark McCartney gets a portion of the arranging credit.